Hey YouTube, coming back at you with another Garrett custom here. Turned out pretty good. I had, you know, problem here, problem there. I got this kit halfway assembled from one of my buddies. The car appeared to be molded in red plastic from the manufacturer. Then it was painted black, but I sanded it, got most of it off that I could, got the body smoothed out, and it turned out pretty good. Um, but before I show you the car, you guys out there that are cutting in and chopping on your cars, heads up tip: don't use a Dremel. It'll just give you a jagged cut. It'll melt the plastic too quick. I used a Dremel to cut this car, to do some modifying on it. I actually didn't use a cutting wheel. What I used was this right here. This little, it's actually a real thin sanding wheel, but it's paper. It's not really made for cutting, but it will cut as long as you cut it slow. And the reason why I use it is because it's so thin. I wanted a thin cut, so it wouldn't look, too chopped up. But if you do use a Dremel, don't use a thick cutting blade, because it's gonna take out too much plastic. It's not gonna cut right. And the thicker wheel you use, it's gonna be hard to get a straight cut. It's gonna wander. It's gonna want to go this way, that way, But anyway, here's the car. It's a Revel 1970 Chevelle. Started out as a hardtop. I don't know whether you can see that or not, but that cut on the back and up on top here, I mean, they look okay. This is the first top I've actually cut off. This was my first attempt. It turned out good, but yet it could have been better. If I would have had, some guys out there, they use, I've heard people use dental floss, any type of thin string or thread that'll cut this plastic, because it's not hard to cut this plastic. It's, it doesn't take much. But this car turned out pretty good to be the first one I've actually made a convertible. I've got the top somewhere over here. Let's see. Well, I thought I had it. Yeah, it's right here. Here's the top that come off of it. I don't know whether you can see that, but this cut is a little jagged. I was using the thin cutting wheel. Well, let me rephrase that. Sanding wheel. It's not made for cutting, but you can see how thin that is. I mean, it's just a piece of paper, really. But still, with this cutting, trying to cut a straight line, it'll wander. If you don't pay attention to it, it'll wander and you'll have a crooked cut before you can blink your eyes. But anyway, back to the car. I painted it silver metallic. with one coat of clear. I didn't want it, too glossy. I wanted it to have a little shine, but not too much. Um, this is the paint I use, Duplicutter, perfect match. Get it at AutoZone, any parts store. But good paint. I had good luck with it, and it turned out nice and smooth. No runs, no blisters, no fish eyes. Another tip for you guys out there: when you're painting, be sure you prep your body. Scrub it with soapy water before you sand it. Don't sand it too much. You'll mess up your body lines. Get the body scuffed up enough so that the paint will stick, but don't sand it to a point where you're losing your body lines. Be sure you do a good prep job. Keep it nice and clean. And after you sand it, wash it again with soap and water, with warm, soapy water and a toothbrush. Don't, try not to rub it with your fingers because you'll leave oil behind, but just, clean it. Make sure it's prepped right. And then right before you take it out to paint, you need to use some kind of dust-free cloth, something that don't leave lint behind, and wipe the car down real good, so you won't have any dust, any little hairs on it, whatever. And if you do these steps, and you should, if you do it in favorable weather outside, temperature-wise. I wouldn't try to paint if it's raining or anything, but always use the same brand paint with primer, base, and clear. Because if you don't, there's no telling what kind of paint job you'll end up with. I mean, I've seen some crazy messed up paint jobs out there because people swap and switch mixed up paints. It just, save you a lot of time and trouble if you just stick to the same paint. But anyway, here's the chevelle. I tried to do the custom interior. Hood, ran spark plug wires on the hood. I didn't really get too detailed with this model. I was running short of time and just wanted to get it finished so I could start on project I just got in. But I mean, it turned out pretty good. I don't know whether you can see right here all the way down. I had a black pinstripe that I put on. It didn't turn out good. The edges were jagged. The tape I got is just shitty. This blue painter's tape does not work. It does not stick. Do not buy this tape. I will never buy any more. Get the high adhesive green or the original white color or yellowish colored masking tape. Do not buy this blue tape. It will not stick. But I tried to cover it up with metallic silver model car enamel, which is, you can still see it there, but it looks better than it did. I mean, if you could have seen the edges, you would have probably done the same thing. Got the custom exhaust on the back there. Haven't ran the full exhaust yet, but believe it or not, I went to McDonald's the other night to eat dinner and picked up these coffee straws. They are perfect for making exhaust tips. They're not too big, they're not too small, and as you can see here, that's what I used for these. and they look pretty good. But yeah, free. Doesn't cost anything to get these. I picked up about 20 of them. And you're not going to need the whole thing for each exhaust tips, you know. They'll last a little while. But yeah, here's the car. Just finished with it the other day. Getting everything together. But want to do another one like this, but not a convertible. But anyway, here's another one. Garrett Customs. Thanks for watching.